It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Oakland as the Warriors go up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for the Bucks, they're enjoying a better winning percentage to this point than we saw last season, an encouraging sign for the players and the front office. And with all of Curry's talents, one of the great shooters of all time, maybe the greatest, Kenny, where does he stand among all-time great players, period?
Wow, all-time players. Now, that's
all-time great players, period.
Well, he's starting to get in the discussion because of the multiple MVP things and the championships. Because the greatest players in the world, not only have they won awards, but they've won multiple championships. So he's moving into that category right now.
To add on to what Kenny is saying, it's about something you can hear and something you can wear.
What's that?
Rings, baby.
Ooh.
Rings.
You can hear them.
2 rings won't get it. 3, maybe. 4, 5, woo, 6,
Okay.
I just can't add anything to that.
Oh.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Everyone's in their seats here at the Oracle Arena as the Golden State Warriors look to grab a win in front of the home crowd here. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. This game is part of the travel schedule for Milwaukee. And, of course, George Hill. This will be his second game with his new team working on getting familiar with the system and the integration process.
And speaking of the trade, I spoke to him earlier, and, man, was he excited about getting the opportunity at a fresh start. He thinks he'll be able to get them to that next level, and I'm sure that's what their thought process was when they made the deal.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, Steph Curry is the 2-time league MVP, and Steve Kerr says he's maybe the most impactful offensive player ever. He puts fear into defenses like no one I've ever seen. No one's been able to shoot off the dribble from 35 feet. It changes the entire game. Kevin?
A game changer indeed. D.A., thank you. And the front court matchup, definitely, Clark, one to watch. It could be a battle of wills tonight in this one.
I agree with you there. They've both got tremendous skill, but it comes down to the mentality. And I'm interested to see who actually wins the battle of wills, asserts himself the most and most consistently.
Sometimes it is the battle more than just what you got talent-wise. It's what you're thinking upstairs, your focus, and how you approach it.
Yeah, the mentality, and sometimes being physical starts with your mentality.
Boys, nice and high.
Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are your small and power forwards. Bledsoe is out there with Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Lopez in at the 5 roaming the paint. And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. Curry looking around. Lopez with the steal. Pass to Antetokounmpo. That one no good. The Warriors go the other way with it. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
And you look at how they match up. Certainly you could see them losing, but you would still expect them to come away with 2 wins.
So for Milwaukee, their last game, a win against the Trailblazers in Portland. Shots good by Bledsoe.
Not lacking confidence in his scoring ability inside, Bledsoe knows he can do damage from there.
Curry against Bledsoe. Curry kicks to Thompson. Over onto Kumbo. Here's Green. The pass to Cousins. And another 3 for Golden State.
And, you know, Cousins is tough inside, but he's got a nice outside touch, too. Didn't have that shot when he first got into the league, but now he does.
Passes it to Green. Releases. Rebound, Milwaukee. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
No question about it. Honed in completely. They demonstrated real grit in a tough place to play, and they got the result they wanted.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Curry finds Durant. From outside the arc, Curry can't get it to go. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Bledsoe. Brogdon with it, picked up by Thompson. Here's Bledsoe. Great D that time from Green.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
Now here's Curry. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. Here's Antetokounmpo. Now here's Bledsoe. Back to Antetokounmpo. And he gets it to go.
And, you know, he is unafraid, Antetokounmpo. So good at measuring up the defense, sizing them up, and then keeping his focus.
Now here's Durant. He's another guy who had a stellar performance in the win against Memphis. Count it.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks, trailing by 2. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Middleton. Nice D from Cousins.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Durant, that's good.
Yeah, you look at the way Kevin Durant releases it so high, makes it hard to block, which is why he's such an efficient inside scorer.
Now here's Middleton. No points in the game yet for him. It's stolen by Green. Wide open look. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
No good from Durant.
Boy, they ran the offense well to get this look. Even though he missed it, I think they liked the shot.
You know, Greg, you hear that since Kevin Durant moved to the Bay Area, he's wasted no time making connections and investments in Silicon Valley.
It's interesting. He's reined in his endorsements by over half, but he's so inquisitive. I think meeting these tech luminaries and learning from them was part of the allure of the Golden State.
And he makes the first. And early in the season, many coaches, Clark, still experimenting with rotations. Who plays when and where. And how long has it been in your experience to have that established on a team?
Well, it varies from team to team. There are a number of factors. One, the coach. Has he been there a while? Does he have an established style of play and system? Two, what's your roster like? How healthy are you? What's the mix and makeup of your team? So it could vary. But typically, you'd like to have it not prolong itself into the regular season. You hope that a few weeks of training camp, and then by the time you get a month of the season under your belt, that you're pretty anchored into who you are and how you're going to try to play.
Good outline. Green with the block.
Green takes great pride in his defense now. He loves the 9 shots at the rim and playing bigger than his 6'8" frame would lead you to believe.
Now here's Green. An 11-point game for him in the win against Memphis.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And the Bucks with these great new facilities, a new coaching staff, a talented roster. What's the upside for this team, Clark?
I think, Kevin, a top 4 seed in the East is very much in the realm of possibility. They have quality players around Giannis, and in this league, you've got to have multiple stars to compete for titles. They're on their way. They're moving in the right direction.
Now here's Bledsoe. Last game out, 36 points for him. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Clock at 6. It's stolen by Curry. Down low, stolen by Middleton. They get a hand on it. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. And that one's good, Brogdon.
Boy, I love the unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open, Antetokounmpo, make sure you get the ball.
Warriors leading by 5. Curry kicks to Thompson. 14 feet away. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
And the rejection by Cousins.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Bucks trail by 5. Middleton outside. He kicks it to Bledsoe. Back to Middleton. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. You look at the Bucks, they're stuck in the same spot, but still a top 10 team.
And I think for Golden State, they're right where they want to be. They're already competing for the top spot. It's going to be a season-long battle, which is exactly what we all anticipated.
Now, here's Brogdon. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
You've got to defend Brogdon from mid-range. That guy is reliable from that distance.
Curry against Bledsoe. Feeds it to Green. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Bledsoe. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 4 assists in the game. Golden State's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Curry kicks to Thompson. Back to Curry, over Bledsoe, and misses it off the right side of the rim. For Milwaukee, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. And a season after he won the most improved player, Antetokounmpo, Clark, was a legit MVP contender.
No doubt about it. I think if the Bucks had been a top seed, perhaps he could have won it, although James Harden was phenomenal last season. The league has been put on notice. This is a guy who wouldn't surprise me at all if he became an MVP at some point in his career.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
And you might have heard this story about Giannis growing a couple of inches since he was drafted, but how about the strength this kid has added? Under 200 pounds as a rook, he's added a good 35 pounds of muscle through his dedication in the weight room.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Jerebko's checked in for Cousins. Bell comes in for Green. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Thompson. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Curry. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And you talk about Antetokounmpo's strength, Clark. It serves him well with his attacking style.
No question about it, Kevin. I mean, he used to just try to blow by defenders. Now he'll go right through you. He'll get his weight into you, get you on your heels, and then with that unbelievable reach, you've got no chance.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of blanks there. Can't hit a thing. Has to be deflating.
The Warriors shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Here's Durant. They get it again. And another shot. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on the Milwaukee Bucks.
And you can tell Durant loves to play the game. Whether it's the NBA or a pickup at Rucker Park, this guy is balling 24/7.
Shoot 2.
That's good from Durant.
And Kevin Durant, the ultimate get-out-of-jail card for your offense. With his height and shooting touch, get him the ball with the clock running down, and he can make something out of nothing.
And so Durant nails them both. You know, Greg, Kevin Durant could fit in any offense, but in your eyes, how good of a fit has he been in this Warriors attack?
Really like the missing puzzle piece. You know, I mean, his shot comes so much easier with the spacing he's afforded. At the same time, he's the fail-safe. When things break down, he can get his shot off against anyone.
Here is Cook. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Iguodala outside, inside, and stolen by Ilyasova. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good work there as it goes. Antetokounmpo's got his 3rd bucket of the night. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Bucks?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Pass to Bell. 6 to shoot. Iguodala outside. Kicks it to Cook. 3-pointer. He's off on that one. Hill with some nice D.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Here's Iguodala. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Here's Connaughton. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Hill. Good defense by Iguodala.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Bell passes to Jerebko. Here's Durant, and Kevin Durant with the slam.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You just got to marvel at his greatness.
Here's Milwaukee now. They're on a 16-7 run. Now here's Ilyasova, defended by Jerebko. Ilyasova dishes to Antetokounmpo. Back to Ilyasova, and Ilyasova throws it down.
Boy, impressive intensity displayed by Ilyasova. He's a real Energizer Bunny type of guy who can sky up really fast and finish at the rim with a lot of force.
Now here's Iguodala, and stolen by Ilyasova. Here's Snell. The pass to Ilyasova. Connaughton kicks to Antetokounmpo. To the wing right side. And it's Connaughton missing. Warriors trail by 5. In the corner, Iguodala with it. A minute 20 left in the first quarter. It's good.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Milwaukee's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Hill finds Ilyasova. Bell against Antetokounmpo. To the middle. Releases. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Antetokounmpo's got 13 points.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And, you know, this is why people are so high on Antetokounmpo. I mean, his build and skill set are both platinum level. And he knows how to kick his game up a gear, too.
Here is Cook. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Bell. That one a little long. And the foul on Jordan Bell. That is his first foul of the game. Bucks leading by 7. Outside Hill. Passes it to Ilyasova. And again, the Bucks miss. Here's Cook.
The key for Maker is hustling, giving effort on defense. When he does this, he's effective at altering shots.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. We come back right after this. One of the most talented big men in the game, DeMarcus Cousins, talked about his maturation over time.
I've been a player that thought he knew it all. Thought he was the best thing walking, and you know, I think I've humbled myself a lot since then. So, of course, my game has grown, my knowledge of the game has grown, my IQ, but it's just the typical thing from a rookie to, you know, a veteran.
And you know, Greg, you see it on the floor now when Cousins keeps his emotions in check. He's a force on the floor.
And Kevin, that's the key. When he's focused on the game and not the refs, he is almost unstoppable.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Just jumped all over him, Greg. I mean, pounced on him, using their length and quickness to come away with those steals.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Golden State, looking at who they've got. They've got Iguodala, Jonas Jerebko out there with Bell, and there's Livingston, and it's Cook in at the 1. Greg, you look at the lineup for the reigning champs. When healthy, this team starts 5 all-star players at every position.
And even with Boogie coming back from a devastating injury, this team is scary. People immediately called it the best team ever assembled. Credit the front office, but the Warriors players still have to prove they are the best ever on the floor this season.
And here's Ilyasova outside. The Warriors pull it in. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And, you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
Yeah, he never backs down. Thanks, David. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Here's Cook. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in midair and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing.
And here's Hill, who will bring it up for Milwaukee. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game, as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. They're in the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3. Down low, here's Cook. He can't get that one. Now the Bucks take it the other way. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for the Warriors. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Hill kicks to Connaughton. Now here's Ilyasova. Defense right on him. 4 on the clock. Over Jerebko. Ilyasova can't hit.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Iguodala, the pass to Jerebko. Good on the shot.
Boy, the defense looked helpless there. I mean, he's going to lay it up every time when he's got a smaller defender on him.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Some changes for Golden State. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Jordan Bell. Thompson comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Curry subbed in for Cook. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Ilyasova. Chris Middleton comes in for Tony Snell. Malcolm Brogdon's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for George Hill.
One shot.
That's good from Jerebko. There's something timeless about a star tandem, Clark. Jordan and Pippen, Kobe and Shaq, Steph and KD. What's needed for guys at that level to play together and coexist?
I think the biggest thing is an appreciation and respect for one another. I mean, that to me is the beginning point of coexisting at a high level, because you're going to have some friction. You're going to have some disagreements, but all of that can be put to the side when there's great appreciation and respect for each other and a real focus on what we're trying to get done. You get that in place, then the talent will rise to the very top.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. To the paint, reverses, got a piece of it, and he gets it back. Middleton against Thompson. Middleton looking it over. Another shot. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Warriors trail by 6. Green finds Thompson. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 4 assists now tonight.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Golden State's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Curry against Bledsoe. Right side Curry. Green left side. And Maker sends it back.
And the difference Maker has on this end, love whenever he gets up to swat shots back.
It's a neck-and-neck game in Golden State. And Middleton kicks to Bledsoe. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And Chris Middleton, 2 seasons ago, tore his hamstring completely off the bone. I mean, he's come back and hasn't missed a beat. One of the most well-rounded players you'll see.
And Chris Middleton with maybe, Greg, his best season yet in 2017-18.
It just seems like he gets better every year. A former second-round pick, now all-star caliber. He's worked extremely hard, stayed in the lab, and now we're seeing the results.
And the first one at the line is good.
Middleton is most known, quite honestly, for his scoring ability. He's a sniper from outside that you can't afford to lose contact with.
So he gets them both. And Chris Middleton, 39th overall pick back in 2012, a throw-in in the Brandon Knight, Brandon Jennings trade. Yet, Clark, you know, you look back and he was the best player by far in that deal.
Kevin, a player's individual journey of development is hard to predict. He's now one of the best two-way wings in the league, and I think he surprised a lot of people, but it's a credit to his work ethic and his skill level.
And here's Bledsoe after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Bledsoe passes to Lopez. Here's Middleton, and the rejection by Cousins.
When he puts everything he has into his defense, Cousins can be a force. Big, strong, and smart. Of course, he's going to block his share of shots when he's committed.
Now here's Bledsoe after the miss from Stephen Curry. Bledsoe finds Lopez. And stolen by Cousins. And here we go. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It goes on Eric Bledsoe.
And, you know, Cousins is a wrecking ball inside, guys. Effective at using his size to draw the contact close to the rim. He's a hard guy to defend.
And of course, we know about DeMarcus Cousins last season and the torn Achilles. I'm just glad to see him back out on the floor and fully recovered. He's put in a lot of work in terms of rehab to make sure that he could get back to doing what he does best.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And with Cousins and that injury, never an easy one to come back from.
Yeah, it's true. But fortunately, Cousins has the kind of skill set that he's going to be effective no matter when he's on the floor. And great outside shot, the footwork, very smooth in terms of ball handling for that position. And most of the players who aren't the same after an Achilles tear don't have the same skill set that Cousins possesses. That's why I think he'll be fine once he recovers from this injury.
Here's Curry following the basket by Chris Middleton. Green dishes to Thompson. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Klay Thompson, such a perfect fit on the Warriors. A versatile defender, can score playing off the ball, and just plays the game the right way.
And the Warriors making a change here. Durant's checked in. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks.
1 shot.
Thompson no good on the free throw. And is there any doubt Klay Thompson could go to another team and average 30 points a game as the main offensive weapon?
Yeah, but, you know, he's not an attention seeker, and that's just not his personality. He knows it's more fun to play for a winner.
And so here is Golden State following the three by Milwaukee. Green kicks to Curry. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 6 assists now in the game.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Pass to Brogdon. Bledsoe looking around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the call on Curry. That's his first foul. It's stolen by Green.
You know what? That passing lane wasn't open for long. He closed it down in a heartbeat there to get the steal. Getting there is before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity. Well, for the Bucks in 2017, it was the opening of their new state-of-the-art team facility. A year later, right next door, they've inaugurated their new home arena.
One shot.
And the Bucks sparing no expense with all these new assets.
Well, to bring top talent in and compete with the best, you need to create a winning environment and culture. The Bucks making those investments.
And the next one puts them in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
And the Bucks with possession here. Antetokounmpo passes to Lopez. Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. Here's Brogdon. And that one comes up a bit short. Warriors leading by 3. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And Eric Bledsoe, so gifted athletically. He's got to learn to read the game as fast as he plays it, and that's a process. Staying under control, using change of pace, those are things he can tighten up.
That's good from Bledsoe. And playing under Chauncey Billups and Chris Paul, Eric Bledsoe got the message about playing Clark at 2 speeds.
Well, you know, it's almost like baseball. You've got to have a little change of pace in your game, the change-up to keep hitters off balance in baseball, same in basketball. And his strength helps him, too, now. He can hold off his defender while he downshifts to make decisions with the ball.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to them.
Now here's Bledsoe. 7 points in the game. Brogdon kicks to Bledsoe. And again, the Bucks miss. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. 7-point differential. Their next game playing at home is the Nets coming to town. And that game concludes a 5-game homestand.
Well, I tell you what, I like the clip he's shooting at. Extremely effective. If you're on defense now, you got to get the ball out of his hands.
Milwaukee's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Pass to Middleton. Softly drops in the floater. Middleton's got his second bucket of the night.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Curry on the wing. Guarded by Bledsoe. Cousins inside. Lopez is there. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
And how about the numbers here for Giannis Antetokounmpo? Averaging about 24 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Back to Bledsoe. Lopez outside. And there's the pass to Brogdon. The Warriors pull it in. Cousins has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done from the baseline. Thompson finds Cousins. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Cousins has got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors. Curry against Bledsoe. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Middleton outside. From downtown, hits the 3-point bomb. Middleton's got 9 points in the quarter.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold and things aren't going as well, you got to get that thing inside. Mix it up a little bit.
Milwaukee with the ball. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
Tremendous explosion towards the rack. Bledsoe in attack mode, and I love it.
Pass to Thompson. Up top, Cousins. Lopez covering. Green, the pass to Curry. And yes, it's good. Curry's got 13.
And Curry certainly is clever and crafty. Trickery is part of his arsenal when he gets inside. I mean, I like seeing him do his thing close to the basket.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 9. Shoots over Curry, and the rejection by Curry. Thompson for the triple. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Bledsoe against Curry. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. They get Stephen Curry. Eric Bledsoe, Greg, one of the league's best slashers.
Yeah, he gets to the rim with regularity, and he finishes at a high rate. Lives at the line. He is a nightmare in the open court.
And he makes the first.
And the key for Bledsoe, like it is for most players, is staying motivated and engaged. I mean, he's a big player for this team, an important player for this team.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Urebko's checked in for Draymond Green. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. And Cook subbed in for Steph Curry. Milwaukee also making some changes. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Tony Snell comes in for Chris Middleton. And George Hills subbed in for Brogdon.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Now here's Iguodala. And stolen by Ilyasova.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
That would be ideal, and that's exactly what they'll try to do. They don't need to rush it, just need to get a quality shot, and quickly.
Now, here's Thompson, following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And the Bucks miss again. Warriors leading by 10. Back to Thompson, over Bledsoe, and it's Thompson that time on the assist by Urebko. And that's 15 points for Klay Thompson. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. The call will go against Urebko. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Bucks have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And though he's still young, Giannis Antetokounmpo is already elite. I mean, his athleticism and length, really hard to contain.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And Thompson puts up a deep 3 from beyond the arc and then some. Thompson's got 18 points.
Yeah, once Thompson gets going, he is almost impossible to slow down. We're seeing that tonight. Their entire offense is revolving around him, and boy, is he coming through.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. Their defense has been terrific in this game. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. Klay Thompson putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He had 18 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, we've been watching Klay Thompson for a while now. He's a guy who's unselfish, and he's willing to defer, but when he's feeling it, he knows it's time to take over. His jump shot is pretty much the definition of repeatable motion, and that's what we saw in the first half, him repeatedly sinking shots.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And, you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back to the Bay Area, everyone, as we take a peek at Coit Tower with the skyline of gorgeous San Francisco just behind. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Klay Thompson has been sensational.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, you know, good things happen when he cuts to the rim, Greg, and you cut into the heart of the defense like that, makes things easy.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Warriors leading by 14. And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Giannis is down low with Lopez. Malcolm Brogdon out there at glove side. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
And you know what, Greg? They are crushing it on both ends. I mean, in total control right now.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. In NBA history, only a handful of rookies have averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds. And Clark, you were one of them.
Yeah, it's a point of pride for me. Obviously wasn't able to be part of a playoff team in the short time I played, but did distinguish myself individually for the short time I played, and that's fairly select company when you talk 2010 guys as rookies, and it's a pretty impressive list to be on. Actually, one of my peers, Terry Cummins, is also part of that first-year 2010 group.
You talk about names: Wilt Chamberlain, Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hakeem, Tim Duncan, Bird, Shaq. I mean, what great names.
Yeah, some phenomenal names, no doubt about it. Glad to be on that roll call list.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Warriors leading by 14. And here is Curry with some arc, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, Steph Curry, widely regarded as the best shooter in the history of the game. He's been so successful playing point guard in the NBA at times. I think we forget that he transitioned from playing shooting guard in his younger days.
No good on that one. You know, Greg, a lot of players can't make that switch from shooting guard to point guard. You've got to give Steph a lot of credit.
He's worked tirelessly. I mean, we've all seen those pregame ball handling drills. He's still prone to a careless turnover or two, but on the plus side, he rebounds like a shooting guard. And today's point guards are expected to score much more than in days past.
And he sinks the second.
I mean, I think Curry could shoot his free throws blindfolded and still make about 90%.
Down low, here's Antetokounmpo. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
Yeah, he's most certainly not the reason they're in a hole. I mean, his percentage has been outstanding.
Now here's Cousins. Here's Thompson. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
Gotta love the smooth shooting stroke of Thompson. Outstanding at shooting as soon as he catches the ball.
It's stolen by Green. And it's the Warriors on the break. And Cousins kicks to Curry. Over Bledsoe. And it's Golden State with another.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. To the middle. Here's Brogdon. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Brogdon's got 10.
You know, Malcolm Brogdon is not the biggest guy, but that does not stop him from being aggressive and assertive inside.
Curry kicks to Durant. Over Middleton. Durant, no good.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That's on Brook Lopez.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Cousins, no good on the free throw.
And guys, Cousins blindsided fans and players alike by going to Golden State this past offseason. Cousins knew he'd have to take a prove-it type deal when he entered free agency after that Achilles tear. The deal with the Warriors was put together and finalized fast, and kudos to the Warriors front office for striking when the iron was hot. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 11, and it goes down 2 points.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
It's Durant on the wing. To the inside. Green. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. That's now 8 points for Draymond Green.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
And Draymond Green, an extremely vocal leader. He's in his teammates' ears, always trying to keep them on edge. Also in his opponent's ears as well. And then there's the officials. He tends to like to get in their ears as well.
Now here's Bledsoe. 13 points in the game. Inside. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
You know, he attracts a lot of attention, and Lopez making the most of it there to set his teammate up with an open look.
And Draymond Green, Greg, has been among the league leader in technicals. If you're one of his teammates or his coach, do you try to get him to dial it back?
You know, his greatest strength can probably also be his greatest weakness. That fire and motivation, really second to none. But I'd be careful not to hamper that enthusiasm.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Thompson. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Makers checked in for Lopez. Now here's Antetokounmpo. 18 points for him. Here's Bledsoe. Green with the rebound. Green's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Livingston. Buries it down low. Livingston's got his first points of the night.
That's just an incredible find coming from the big man. No debating Cousins' smarts on the court. He picks out a pass there that not many guys would have seen.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 3 assists tonight.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Pass to Curry. And And the pass to Cousins. Shot clock at 6. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And he gets the bucket. Bledsoe's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Give Bledsoe all the credit there. I mean, excellent job just staying focused on the hoop, even when the defense was right there in his face.
Curry finds Livingston. Green bounce pass. Lobbed up there for Durant. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Stolen by Durant. Here's Curry. Outside for Durant. There's Green with the 3. Eric Bledsoe grabs the miss. Bucks trail by 19. To the paint. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. That's good from Antetokounmpo. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's covered by Livingston. And the rejection by Cousins. Floats it up for Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
And, you know, for a big man, I think Green is one of the better dime droppers in the league. I mean, he's a true point forward who has excellent vision and sees the floor well.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. And Sean Livingston, one of the most unique players in the league, Greg.
6'7" point guard who excels hitting turnaround jumpers in the post. A bouncy finisher around the rim, a versatile defender, and really a cagey playmaker. No one else like him in our league.
The first free throw is good. The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. Milwaukee also making some changes. Ilyasova comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Brogdon. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And so it's Livingston bringing it up now for Golden State. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. It's Durant on the wing. Back to Green. Over to the wing. Puts it up from 15. Cousins with the bucket. Cousins has got 18 points in the game.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Timeout called, the Bucks. Jerebko's checked in for Golden State. George Hill's checked in for the Bucks.
It's still early on as the new basketball season gets underway for Golden State. Here's where they stand.
And you talk about scoring. Tough to beat a team that can fill it up at all levels. Every time you get a bucket, they're coming right back at you with one of their own.
And quite honestly, guys, Antetokounmpo, get that name right, folks. He's one of the most unique, talented players in the league. I mean, long arms, which really create a lot of problems for the defenders, whether he's passing or shooting.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. We're hearing more players and coaches express their political beliefs, their social concerns, trying to, in a positive way, affect change, Clark.
And Kevin, I applaud it, respect it, admire it, and can't get enough of it. As long as players and coaches are well informed about that which they talk about, and most of the NBA guys are. And I think it's important that wherever we are in life that we use our platforms to express our views. That's part of what being a citizen of this country is about. So I don't think you necessarily compartmentalize your life. If there are issues that are dear to you that you want to speak out on and educate yourself about, then you use your platform for that purpose while performing your job, which just happens to be playing NBA basketball or coaching NBA basketball.
Here's Antetokounmpo following the score by Golden State. To the inside, and it's Hill. That time the assist by Maker.
Outstanding body control by Hill. I mean, taking the contact like a much bigger guy would and finishing these buckets.
Now here's Cousins. He's got 18, and the call will be against George Hill. That'll be his second foul of the game. Tony Snell's checked in for Thon Maker. Livingston looking for the opening. Iguodala outside. Back to Livingston. 3 on the clock. Here's Cousins. The rebound by the Bucks. Connaughton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Down low. Here's Antetokounmpo. No good on the shot. Nice D from Durant. Warriors leading by 17. To the inside, Livingston. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got 8 rebounds in this game. Snell from outside, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got assist number 8 here in this one already. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Bucks trail by 14. To the paint, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
I tell you, that's why Antetokounmpo is so feared league-wide. I mean, when he's close to the rim, he's most likely going to flush it on you.
Outside Durant, he kicks it to Cousins. The 10-footer, good on the shot, and the Warriors lead by 14. Iguodala has gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Passes it to Ilyasova. Back to Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Now let's take a quick look at the numbers for DeMarcus Cousins. He's getting around 20 points per, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers, while pretty outstanding, I mean, we've now come to expect that from this guy.
Completely in harmony with what his coach is trying to do there. Just a marvelous all-around talent.
Now here's Livingston. He averages about 5 points a game. Durant dishes to Jerebko. And then Jerebko with the dunk.
Excellent vision by Durant out there. What a nice pass.
Bucks trail by 14. Outside Hill. Kicks to Snell. To the paint, here's Ilyasova, and Ilyasova throws it down.
You know, Ilyasova, even when you hit him, this guy is so good at maintaining his poise and balance. Always under control.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
An 89% free throw shooter puts him right there among the league's best from the line.
And I'll tell you guys, I mean, to see the improvement he's made in his free throw shooting in the space of just 1 season, I think it's been remarkable.
One shot.
That free throw good from Ilyasova.
A couple of things that make Ilyasova so unique are his quickness and shooting ability at 6'10". Boy, you look at Mike Budenholzer, and he's moved into a nice situation this offseason. Atlanta in rebuild mode, and the Milwaukee Bucks heading in the other direction. One of the best teams in the East. That's a good landing spot for Budenholzer.
Iguodala outside. And it's Iguodala with the jam.
Man, I like the aggressiveness of Iguodala. I mean, remarkable at taking it all the way to the rack.
Bucks trail by 13. And Budenholzer, well respected around the league. Talk about what he brings now, Clark, to the Milwaukee Bucks, his new team.
Yeah, I think he brings a continuity offensively, ball movement and spacing, and a pretty good system defensively as well.
Here's Durant, and it's Golden State with another.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
Outside Hill. And he gets it to go.
Beautiful work from Hill. The way he fends off the defender and completes these opportunities, special.
Here is Cook. He's guarded by Hill and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And we see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Antetokounmpo.
This is the shot chart of a dominant performance. I mean, he's taking a lot of shots because right now he believes that every shot he does take is going in. And who can blame him with the way he's played? Simply outstanding work coming from him.
Now here is Hill. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Snell, defended by Durant. Right side Hill takes a three. The three-pointer is right on target. Hill's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, you can't lose sight of Hill when he's out on the perimeter. A deadly shooter from deep.
Cook gets to Durant. Shoots from the baseline. And it's good off the back rim and in.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. 28 points for him. And that one's good from Connaughton.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Warriors leading by 10. Cook kicks to Iguodala. Ilyasova against Bell. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Warriors have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts. And he makes the first. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Bell. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Lopez is checked in. And he makes both free throws. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Hill. Lopez outside. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Here's Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
All right, great pace, great energy. Keep throwing the ball ahead. You guys are just making the simple pass. That's good stuff.
Urging his team quite clearly to keep pushing the break.
And Kevin, Coach Kerr loves the energy right now. He's all about having the pace in his favor.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Thompson and Iguodala make up the perimeter. Green is out there with Yarebko, and it's Cook in at the point guard. That's the Warriors 5. Here's Thompson. Again, Golden State.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, you know, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now. Doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
Snell kicks to Hill. Shot clock at 6. Here's Lopez, and it's blocked, and they get it back. And the shot goes down. 9 points for George Hill.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Thompson inside. He's guarded by Brogdon. Count that bucket. And the Warriors lead by 14. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for Milwaukee. Pass to Snell. He kicks to Ilyasova. 6 to shoot. The drive by Hill. Snell, the pass to Hill. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Outside, Green. To the middle. Cook, good.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
Yeah, I think he's trying to put this one away, quite honestly. I mean, it feels like he can lay it up against any type of defense, and he can.
Here's Green. Good D by Lopez.
I can't explain what happened there, Kevin. I mean, he had the layup. Looked like it was a simple play. Somehow the defense threw him off just enough to cause the miss.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Here's Thompson. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Thompson's got 4 points this quarter.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, the game comes so naturally to him, easily. I mean, helping to expand their lead as they try to close this one out. He's doing it.
Brogdon against Thompson. It's Brogdon on the wing. Over Thompson. The shot by Brogdon, no good.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range. Extended out nicely and definitely bothered the shot.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Inside. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut back down to 13 points, and that one coming from Ilyasova.
In addition to Ilyasova's ability to light it up from the perimeter, he also feels pretty comfortable in the paint.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Yeah, you look at George Hill's game, and he doesn't wow you in any way, but he's a complete basketball player. Strong outside shooter, but might be most valuable defensively. Often regarded as one of the best defensive guards in the league.
And the Warriors with some changes. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Yarebko. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Quinn Cook. Milwaukee also making some changes. Chris Middleton's checked in for Tony Snell. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Hill. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to catch the message Steve Kerr gave to his team. He gave them props for their defense. He said, the defense has been outstanding. Keep pressuring them, forcing turnovers, and we can win this one, guys.
And Middleton kicks to Brogdon. Shoots over Cousins. The shot by Brogdon, no good. And with Hill and his defense, perhaps what is best about it is that he can guard both guard positions, and that makes him valuable.
Yeah, and that flexibility gives a coach and his lineup so much leeway. Hill has a great wingspan, about 6'9", and can be very disruptive defensively. Very good at fighting through screens to stick with his assignments as well.
And the jam by Bledsoe.
Using that quickness to his advantage. Bledsoe annihilating the defense off the drive there.
Warriors leading by 16. Curry finds Green. Back to Curry. A 3-ball. Kept alive. Cousins. And he banks in the layup. Cousins has got 12 points here in the second half.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Works that one inside nicely.
The Warriors have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Really getting it done. Curry passes to Thompson. Green kicks to Curry. Cousins inside. Lopez is there. No good from Cousins. Bucks trail by 16. Bledsoe passes to Middleton. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 4 assists in the game.
You know, Bledsoe has developed his passing skills to the point where you've got to respect that part of his game. He's doing a nice job finding his open guys.
Here's Thompson. Pass to Green. Uncovered. Here's Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
You gotta love how Cousins uses his size, his reach. He's more prolific on the defensive glass, but obviously a factor on the offensive end as well.
And Middleton kicks to Bledsoe. Warriors with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And Curry, here we go. Now the pass to Iguodala. Over Middleton. Iguodala no good. Bucks trail by 16. Shot on the wing. And Middleton the bucket on the assist by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 5 assists tonight.
And that's a shot that Middleton makes really in his sleep, guys. I mean, he really gets going from there.
Curry finds Green. At the elbow, it's Cousins over Lopez. Cousins with the bucket. Cousins has got 24 points. And it's Bledsoe with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. Down low, here's Lopez. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And last season, not the one Brook Lopez wanted to have before heading into free agency.
He just never seemed to find a place with the Lakers and saw his minutes decline as he wasn't in their plans. Averaged a career low in terms of minutes played per game last year. And I think he still's got a lot to offer and should bounce back closer to his all-star level of output.
2 shots.
And the first one drops. And not the best season for Brook Lopez a year ago. Never seemed to be in the form we're used to seeing him in.
Normally, Kevin, he's so efficient and just didn't make the shots at the rate he normally does. He ended up being more of a role-playing big man than a centerpiece. And I think he's still got plenty left in his fuel tank, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him bounce back with a really strong season.
Curry passes to Thompson. Curry with it. Over to the wing. 4 on the shot clock. Thompson for the triple. Lopez grabs the board.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
And it's Stephen Curry with a 3. Curry's got 19 points.
And Kevin, that 3 ball of Curry, I mean, you feel like it's going in as soon as he lets it go, no matter where, what angle, or how deep.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Thompson for the triple. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 6th assist on the night. Bucks trail by 18. Passes it to Lopez. Kicks it to Bledsoe. The Bucks working the ball around. Stolen by Durant. The 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And there's the call on Durant. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And stolen by Cousins.
And 5 turnovers here. He set his team back on the offensive end.
Over Middleton. That's down the hatch. Notch one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
Yeah, Curry is so impressive. His peripheral vision is what makes him unique, in addition to his ball handling skills. He does a nice job setting up his teammates and knows how to get them the ball when they're open.
Curry on the wing. Releases. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Over Green. And the shot is long.
Tell you what, Kevin, they will take that look every time. Limited defense, great shot. Just came up empty. You live with those.
Thompson misses.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got 7 rebounds in the game. Now Curry. Floats it up for Cousins. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And Cousins, at his size, able to handle and finish like a guard. Very nimble in the pick and roll.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Lopez dishes to Middleton. You know, Clark, when you think about it, all fans really care about is winning, and that's hard to pull off when you're the only star on your team. We see it all over the league.
You know, basketball is not tennis or golf. It's a team game, and one man can't win a championship by himself. I mean, when you look at all the championship teams, they were championship teams, not driven by just one star player. And it's a blessing when you can play with other good players, and that's what all good players desire to do at some point in their career. Love that aggressive mentality, constantly looking to put the ball in the basket.
Warriors leading by 20. Thompson finds Curry. They double team Curry. Lets it go. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 55% in the 4th. They are executing late. The shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. Off target from outside.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Cousins.
And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Bailey's checked in for Cousins. Livingston comes in for Klay Thompson. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Curry. Hill passes to Maker. That one's not going to go. Great D that time from Durant. Here's Cook. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
I tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Big time. I mean, it's amazing. Their crowd letting them hear it. And that's always inspiring. They want to see this thing get wrapped up.
That's good from Cook. And the Bucks with possession here. And it's Hill penetrating. Here's Connaughton. Drills it from outside.
You know, that's what you want out of your point guard. Hill is really doing a nice job getting the ball from side to side and not hesitating at all in doing it.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Snell kicks to Connaughton, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer, but they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
Durant with the steal. Outside, Green. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Steph, you guys were down. How did you get back, and what did you do to spark your team?
I don't know, just be aggressive. That's all we do. Shots are going to fall. As long as we got defensive stops and kept ourselves in the game, that we have enough talent on this team to turn the tide. So it says a lot about who we are and what our mission is this year.
Great win, Steph. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you next time.